Today we're going to be doing the 5.4 geometry periodic quiz. Let's start. So here they're telling you have a sphere inside a cylinder. The height of the cylinder is the diameter of the sphere. Now we need to know which of the following are correct. Now the surface area of a sphere usually is equal to, this is supposed to be a sphere, but anyways, it's equal to 4 pi r squared. Now it's supposed to be 4 pi r squared, but we don't have pi. What do we have? We have diameter. We don't have r. We have the diameter instead. So what do we do? So we replace the diameter is equal to 2r. So r is equal to diameter over 2, which is what we have. So we're going to replace this with diameter over 2. Now, we know this is all squared. So what is diameter over 2 squared? It's 4 pi diameter squared over 4. Now, we can cancel the 4 with the 4. You'll be left with pi diameter squared. So the surface area of a sphere when you only have the diameter is diameter squared pi. Now, for the cylinder, the lateral area for a cylinder usually is, what's it called? 2 pi r h. Now we don't have r, but we have diameter, and we know that the height is the same as the diameter. So we're gonna replace this with diameter over 2 and this with diameter, because the height is the diameter. So 2 will cancel with 2, you'll be left with pi diameter 2 squared, so diameter squared. So again, the lateral area for the cylinder will be diameter squared. Now the ratio of the area of the sphere to the lateral area of the cylinder is, so look, it's pi, so it's like you're doing pi diameter squared over pi diameter squared. What's it gonna be equal to? 1. So that is your answer. Now, moving on to the next question. This entire quiz is formulas and memorization. So here you have a pyramid. Now, the volume of a pyramid is, volume equals 1/3 pi r squared. Wait, it's volume of a pyramid. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was a cone. Anyways, volume is third area of the base times height. Now, third is third. Area of the base, since the base has a side of 75, so it's 75 squared, since it's a square, with height 120. Now put all this in your calculator. We're gonna get, let's see, 75 squared times 120. We get 225,000. But they told us it's times 10 to the power of 3, which means cancel the last 3 numbers and just put 225. That's it. Now moving on. Okay, so you have a right circular cone that has a height of 12 centimeters and the radius of its base is equal to 5. So whenever I see a question like this, first thing I do is draw it. So you have, it has a radius of 5, a height of 12. They want the lateral area of the cone. Now, wait, so and its base is 12, the lateral area. Now to find lateral area of a cone, memorize it. It's pi r slant height. Pi r slant height. I like to do it like L like this, but you could just leave it slant height. This looks like E. Now, what's the slant height? The slant height is the side I'm drawing in red. This is our slant height, which, if you notice, it's a right triangle because this is perpendicular. So it's equal to 12 squared plus 5 squared under the radical sign, which is 13. So pi r, the radius is 5 times 13. 13 times 5 would give you 65 pi. And that's it for this question. Now, moving on to the next one. The mass of the water in a cylindrical can of height 15 centimeters and radius 6 is something pi grams. Now, they're telling you that 1 milliliter of water is 1 gram. So what they're telling you practically is find the volume of the cylinder. So you have a cylindrical can, find its volume. The volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. So that's the volume of a cylinder. So you're gonna do pi, r squared is 36, h is 15. Now we multiply 36 by 15. We're gonna get 540 pi. And that's your answer. Because this is 540 pi milliliters. And each milliliter is 1 gram. So 540 pi grams, same thing. Moving on. Now in this question, they're telling us we have the solid in the figure below represents a regular pyramid with height 180 and a square base of side 60. So 60 and the height is 180. Now the volume of the pyramid is, so a volume of a pyramid is equal to a third area of base times height. So it's a third, 60 squared, because the base is a square, times 180. So when you put that into your calculator, we're gonna get 60 squared times 180 is 216000, and again they gave you the 10 power 3, so remove the last 3 digits and take your first 3. So it's 216 times 10 power 3. Moving on. Now here they're telling us if a right circular cone has a height of 15 and the radius of the base is equal to 8. The lateral area is, so we already said that it's pi r slant height. The lateral area of a cone. Pi r slant height. Now pi is pi, r is 8, and slant height is, like we said, the height is 15. Here, height is, okay, actually I'll draw it a bigger cone. 15. So the slant height, which is this side, the thick side that I'm drawing on now, is equal to 15 squared plus 8 squared under the radical sign, which is 17 if I'm not wrong, but let me check. Plus 8 squared, and yeah, 17. So it's pi times 8 times 17, which is gonna give you 136 pi, which is your answer. Now, moving on to the next one. Again, they gave you they're wanting the math. They gave you the dimensions of a cylindrical can. So find the volume of the cylinder, which is pi r squared h. Pi is pi, r is 8 squared, h is 14. Put that all in your calculator. You're gonna get 896 pi. And since the milliliter, aka the volume, is equal to 1 gram, this is how many grams you have. Okay, so here they gave you the dimensions of a wooden box are 22, 14, and 18. And they're telling you the thickness of the wood is 0.5 centimeters and the density of the wood is 0.78 grams per centimeters. Find all of these things. Now the volume of the external box is 22 times 14 times 18. It's base times height times width. Or base times width times height. Both work. Which you're gonna get 5,544. Now the inside of the box. Now look, they gave you that you have a box, right? and they told you its thickness is 0.5 of the width. So it's like you have 0.5 going from here, 0.5 going from here, 0.5 going from here, 0.5 going from here. So from the height, the width, and the length, or like the height, width, and the length, you're missing or you're losing, because look, you're losing 0.5, or you're losing 1, because if this is your height, which is 22, right? This is 22, but we want this, which is 22 minus 0.5 minus 0.5. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna subtract 1 from each dimension. So this becomes 21, this becomes 13, this becomes 17. So then you do 21 times 13 times 17. So 21 times 13 times 17, and you get 4,641. Now to find the volume of the wood, you just subtract both these numbers from each other. So 5544 minus 4641, you get 903. Now they want the mass of the wood. We know density equals mass over volume. We have the volume and the density, we need the mass, so mass equals density times volume. If our volume is 903 and our density, which is given, is 0.78, multiply them together, 78, multiply them together, you're gonna get, let me just do it in case, times 903, you're gonna get 704.34, which is your answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so what's the volume of a right prism if the height is 27 and the area of the base is 6? So the right prism, or any prism, its volume is equal to base, or area of base, times height. So what's the base? The base is 6. It's a right prism, so it's 6 squared. So 36 times 27 is your height. Now 36 times 27. Wait. Sorry, they gave us the area of its base. I thought they gave us the side of the base. Sorry, my bad. So it's 6 times 27. Since they gave us the area of the base, not the base length. So it's equal to 162. Be careful. Mistakes like these are what gets you in the exam. The area of its base is 6. They gave you the area of the base, not the side length. Okay, now we have a pyramid. What's the total surface area of this pyramid? For total surface area of a pyramid, it's equal to half perimeter times slant height plus base, or the area of the base. So it's half, the perimeter is 18, which is the side length, times 4, so times 18 times 4, times the slant height, which we said is this. It's the one that's perpendicular to the side, so times 15, plus all of this, plus the area of the base, which is 18 squared, because it's a square. 18 squared. Put all this in your calculator. You're supposed to get the answer 864, but let me do it really quickly on mine to make sure. You get 864 as your surface area. Now, moving on to the next question. Here they want on the same pyramid, or well, different dimensions, but the volume. Volume of a pyramid, like we said, is third area of base times height. So it's a third, area of the base is 12 squared, so 144 times the height, which is 8. So look, the height is 8, but the lateral height is 10, okay? So 8 here. So a third, 1 over 3 times 144 times 8 is 384, which is your answer. At the end of the video, I'm gonna give you all the formulas, like to memorize for all the shapes we need to know. Here, again, they want the volume, which is a third area of base times height. So a third of the 24 squared times the height, which is 9, gives you 24 squared times 9, which is 1728. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, here they gave us a regular pyramid. The length of the side of its square base is 21. I'm gonna try to draw this. I'm really bad at drawing pyramids, but sure. Okay. We're gonna imagine this is a top view, really. I don't want it to be top. Anyways. So the side of the square base is, I paused the video. I drew it to the best I can. So the side base is 21, and the lateral area is 1512. Now the lateral area, or they want the measure of the slant height, sorry. Oh yeah, actually the lateral area of a pyramid is equal to half perimeter times slant height. So if we get half, we have the half, and we have the lateral area, and we have the perimeter. Lateral area 1512 times the perimeter, which is 21 times 4, times L, which is what we're trying to find. So you do 1512 times 2, then divided by 21 times 4. Just solve for L. So 1512 times 2, then divide by 21 times 4, which will give us 36. So lateral area is, slant height is 36. And that's it for this question. Now let's move on. Here, if the lateral surface area is k pi, what is k? They want the lateral surface area, so lateral area of a cylinder is 2 pi r h. 2 is 2, pi is pi, r is 5, h is 12. So it's 120 pi. And that's it. Moving on. If the height of the right prism is 7 centimeters and its base is a square with the side 13, the total area of this right prism. For a prism, the total surface area, or total area, is the perimeter times the height plus 2 base. So perimeter is 13 times 4, because it's a right prism, Height is 7, and 2 base means 2 times the area of the base, which is 13 squared. Now let's find the answer. So 13 times 4 times 7 plus 2 times 13 squared, which is gonna give us 702, and that is our final answer. Now moving on. Here they want the volume of a right prism, which is equal to base times height, and the base is a square, so area of the base times height. Area of the base is 25 and height is 12. So 25 times 12 is 300. Whenever we say base, we don't mean like side of the base, we mean the whole base, which is square or whatever. Moving on. The volume of the cylinder, volume of a cylinder equals pi r squared h. So it's pi 4 squared times 9. 16 times 9 is 144 pi, for the pi we left here. Moving on. For this question, they told us the volume of a right pyramid with a square base is 297. They gave us the volume. The height is 11 and they want the side length of its base. So what's happening here is we need to use the volume of the pyramid, which is third area of the base, which is a square. So it's side squared times height, right? So it's a third. So the volume is 297 equals a third of side squared times the height, which is 11. So you do 297 times 3. 297 times 3 is gonna give us 1891. By the way, 297 times 3, because when you move this to the other side, 297 divide a third is the same as 297 times 3. So 891 equals 11 times side squared. 891 is equal to, divide by 11 is 81, which equals the side squared. So the side is equal to radical 81, which is 9 or negative 9, but since we're talking about distances, it cannot be negative, so only 9, which is your answer. Now, let's move on to the last question. So they gave us the total area of the right prism is this, and the lateral area is this. Find the area of its base. If it's equal to 39, is equal, this is the answer. So for the prism, the total area is equal to lateral area plus 2 base. Now, our lateral area, our total surface area is 127. Our lateral area is 49. Now we need to find 2b. So 127 minus 49 gives us 78 equals 2b. b equals 39. And that's it. Now I'm gonna give you the formulas for each and every shape we need to know for our periodic. So let's start with formulas for prisms, or right prisms, because we're not gonna deal with any other prisms. So first we have lateral area. It's equal to perimeter times height. Then we have total surface area, which is equal to lateral area plus 2b. Or you could rewrite it as the lateral area, which is ph plus 2 base. And the volume is equal to base, or area of base, times height. I'm just gonna write area so avoid confusion. That's for prisms. Now we have formulas for cylinders. We have first of all lateral area, which is 2 pi RH. And then we have total surface area, which is 2 pi RH, because it's lateral area. Actually, let me write lateral area plus 2 base again. So it's lateral area, which is 2 pi RH plus 2 times pi r squared. They're the same. Now volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. That's for cylinders. Now moving on, we have for pyramids. So formulas for pyramids. We have first of all lateral area, which is equal to half perimeter times slant height. So then we have total surface area, which is lateral area plus base, but we're gonna write it full. So half perimeter times slant height plus base, or area of base. Now we have the volume is a third area of base times height. not slant height, just height. Okay? That's it for pyramids. Now we have for cones. Formulas for cones. R lateral area equals pi r length or pi r slant height. Total surface area, which is pi times, this is pi r slant height plus r squared pi, sorry, not h. Or like I like writing it pi r squared. Same thing. And then you have the volume of the cone, which is equal to a third area of base times height. Wait, sorry, that's the pyramid, sorry. It's a third pi r squared height. Now we have formulas. I'm gonna go up. Formulas for spheres. This is a formula sheet for everything we need to know. I messed up writing. You have for the we have total surface area, which is equal to 4 pi r squared, and you have for volume, which is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And of course we have formulas for semi or hemisphere. You get the picture what's gonna continue there. Hemisphere is equal to, total surface area is equal to 3 pi r squared, and the volume is equal to 2 over 3 pi r cubed. If I'm not wrong, yeah, pi r cubed. These are all the formulas we need to know. If you want, you could take a screenshot and memorize these before the exam. This is literally all the shapes we need to know. We don't need to know anything more than these. And if you want, let me draw like the shape demos beside them so you can know which one's which. A cone would look something like, oh my gosh, cone would look something like this. And this is r, this is height, and this is slant height. For the pyramid, it would look something like, for the pyramid I have to pause and draw it because I keep deleting it and it'll take a year. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, instead of drawing the pyramid and changing the color, I accidentally deleted everything on the screen. But anyways, if you want, you could just rewind. The pyramid would look something like this, and your slant height would be this, your height would be this. So height, slant height, and radius for the pyramid. And for the cylinder, you'd have your, I can't believe I actually deleted them, the height and the radius, R and H. And that's all the shapes. Prism could be any shape. So yeah, sphere, it's self-explanatory, and hemisphere also self-explanatory. Have a good day guys, bye.